you came for this job interview. Okay. So first, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Brad Siemens, and I studied political science in university, and so I have a good understanding of social studies. I grew up in the countryside, so I often spent a lot of time in the forests, and so I'm very comfortable in nature.
Oh, thank you.
So I think that becoming an archaeologist is the job for me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
How are you?
Well, I went to Moise, and at Moise they have a burial mound, and I went there every day, and I could experience the green nature there. Also, we have a swimming pool at Moise, so I also took Mr. Kato's swimming class, so I know a lot about living, surviving in the water.
Ah, so you are good at underwater things then.
That's right.
Oh, I'm so happy that you guys are both very interested in this job. Okay, so I will ask questions. Okay, the first, I read in the textbook, I read only a few archaeologists know like how to dive in the caves. So my question is, do you think you need to dive in caves if you become archaeologist?
Can I go first?
Right, please.
Yes, I think it is important for us to be able to dive in caves because as an archaeologist, we must do research. So in order to get data, we must go to the place and we must collect the data ourselves. If we don't collect the data, then we can't trust it, I think.
Okay, so you should actually go and research and get the data to come back?
Right.
You said? Okay, thank you. What about you?
I agree that collecting data is very important. However, I think that diving in caves is a very dangerous job. Now we have new kinds of technologies, such as underwater drones, that can also collect data for us. And drones can also protect the environment that they're in, because they are smaller and they don't move as much as humans. I think that using drones is safe and protects the environment. So I think they're better than diving.
Ah, I see. So you are more into using technology than actually people diving in the caves?
I think that's right, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I think this archaeology job is very challenging. You have to go into dark places and you have to hang yourself from the above and you have to challenge very dangerous things. So would you like to challenge new things? Have you challenged something very dangerous before that you can share?
Yes, like I was talking about before, at Moise, Mr. Kato, in swimming class, he made us do survival swimming. So we had to stay in the pool for 1 hour and we had to swim continually. We couldn't get out. So through that, I was able to learn about how to survive in a dangerous situation.
That sounds really hard, but you survived, so that means you have a grit.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thank you. What about you?
Well, I don't have experience doing dangerous things because I like to be safe. However, I think that in any situation, we can work together as a group to make the activity as safe as possible.
Do you have any plans like how to make safe situations?
Yes. First, I think we should use drones to carefully map the cave. Next, I think there should be 2 ropes that we use to go into the cave. One rope will be our safety rope. Another rope will be the backup rope. That way we will be safer.
Okay, so you are actually maintain the safe situations and do the research at the same time.
That's right.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I have another question. This is going to be the last questions for you. Is that okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so this archaeology job has usually have 2 different parts in a job. For example, they have to go researching outside, but they also have to take those research back into, for example, educational situations and actually teach students about that. So have you ever experienced the two different jobs at the same time, or two difficult situations at the same time? Do you have that kind of experience? What about you?
Yes. In the past, I was working as a swimming teacher, and I had to watch the students to make sure that they are safe, and I had to teach them how to swim at the same time. So that was my experience.
Okay, was that difficult for you?
It wasn't so difficult because I had a very careful plan.
I see. Thank you very much. What about you?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again?
Yes. Okay. You have to actually have two different jobs at the same time, or you have to have like two opposite or like a separate things that you need to challenge at the same time.
I see.
So if you want to do two different things at the same time, I think you have to have like some difficult situations. But how do you deal with that situation?
I see. Yes, at Moise, I was a student, but at the same time, I was a teacher to my younger students as well. So I was doing two things at the same time. It was very difficult, but throughout my 6 years at Moise, I was able to learn how to do it well.
Oh, I see. Moise sounds really good school that you can learn so many things.
That's right.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is gonna be the end to the interview. So I will call you in 2 weeks. So please wait for.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Bye. Okay, Ms. Tensaka, it's time for your oral report. You have 2 minutes to tell me your decision from the group interview.
Okay,
Please begin.
thank you. Okay, I interviewed Mr. Simmons and Mr. Lange, and I asked about if you have two different things at the same time, like how do they manage, and Mr. Simmons said he was talking about the experience of as a swimming teacher, and he was teaching how to swim, and at the same time he was maintaining a safe situation. So I thought those both two different jobs are equally important, and he was taking care of them. So I thought he is very qualified. And also Mr. Langer said that he experienced a survival swimming lesson at Moise, and he could actually teach the younger students, and at the same time he was a student. So Mr. Langer and Mr. Simmons both are equally qualified because they could actually manage two different things. So I asked another questions about like how to make use of their experience into this archaeologist job. And Mr. Simmons said that he should use the technology more than actually diving into the cave. He mentioned about drones to map inside the cave so that the situation is safer. And Mr. Lange said that he should actually dive into the caves and experience to get the data and to listen to both. I think I would choose Mr. Lange because I think the importance of archaeologist's job is to actually dive into the cave and actually get the data than like make use of only the technology. So I think that human beings should actually go outside and actually get the data by themselves. So I think that's the important point.
Okay, so I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
You said that it's more important that archaeologists go into the place that they're studying. Why is that important?
Because they could actually find new things that actually the technology can't probably find. because humans experience this by the surrounding situations, and they could probably find something that is important to our human beings. So I think that we should actually go and feel the artifact by like the situations or the place, and actually get the data that way.
Okay. And who is the perfect person for this job?
I think the perfect person is actually not afraid of going into dangerous situations, or have a grit to search and research and find something new. I think those quality is important for this job.
Thanks very much. Now, you'll have 3 minutes to give your interview.